For individuals living with spinal muscular atrophy, the journey to maintaining independence and improving quality of life often depends on access to care, therapies, and medical equipment. But one factor that heavily influences the daily life of people with SMA is the role insurance companies play. In this video, we'll explore how insurance companies impact the quality of life for individuals with SMA. SMA is a genetic condition that causes the progressive weakening of muscles and affects motor skills. With treatments like gene therapy, physical therapy, and specialized equipment, individuals with SMA can live more comfortably, but these interventions often come with a hefty price tag. This is where insurance companies come into play. One of the most immediate ways insurance companies impact the quality of life for individuals with SMA is through their coverage of treatments. Since SMA is a progressive disorder, early intervention with disease-modifying therapies such as Spinraza, Zolgensma, and Evrysdi can help slow down muscle deterioration and improve function. However, these therapies come with high costs, with Zolgensma, for example, priced at over $2 million for a single dose. Unfortunately, not all insurance companies cover these treatments. Even when they do, there are often stipulations, limitations, and requirements that individuals must meet before receiving coverage. For example, an insurance company may require extensive documentation, proof of diagnosis, or evidence that a person has tried other treatments before approving the new therapy. This can delay access to crucial care, potentially leading to a worsening of symptoms during the wait. Even if a treatment is covered, insurance companies can still limit access through high co-pays, deductibles, and out-of-pocket costs. Many families find themselves facing the difficult decision of whether to pursue a treatment option that could greatly improve their loved one's quality of life but at an unsustainable cost. This financial burden can cause significant stress and strain, both on individuals with SMA and their families. Beyond treatment coverage, insurance companies also impact the ability to access the necessary medical equipment. Individuals with SMA often rely on specialized equipment such as wheelchairs, braces, respiratory devices, and home modifications to maintain mobility and independence. Unfortunately, not all insurance policies cover these devices, or they may impose strict limits on the number of devices or repairs covered annually. For example, an individual who needs a wheelchair to navigate daily life may find that their insurance only covers a basic model that doesn't meet their specific needs. This could mean that a person is unable to fully engage in the activities they once enjoyed, or it could lead to physical discomfort due to poor equipment. Alternatively, if an insurance company refuses to cover the cost of necessary home modifications like ramps or widened doorways, individuals may face barriers in their own homes that limit their mobility and independence. Even when equipment is covered, the approval process can be frustrating and time-consuming. Insurance companies often require extensive paperwork and medical assessments to justify the need for specific devices, leading to delays that can impact an individual's ability to live comfortably. These delays are especially challenging for those with SMA, where every day counts in terms of maintaining mobility and quality of life. Another way insurance companies impact individuals with SMA is through access to healthcare providers and specialists. SMA is a complex condition that requires a multidisciplinary approach to care, including physical therapists, neurologists, respiratory therapists, and other specialists. However, not all insurance plans offer comprehensive coverage for these services, and even if they do, individuals may face restrictions on the number of visits they can make to specialists each year. This can limit the ability to receive the necessary care or cause disruptions in treatment that could negatively impact long-term health. For individuals with SMA who are fortunate enough to have insurance coverage, there is still the issue of network restrictions. Insurance companies often work with specific healthcare networks, and if a person needs a treatment or a doctor who is not part of that network, they may face higher out-of-pocket costs or be required to seek approval from the insurance company to see an out-of-network provider. This can be particularly challenging in rural areas where specialists may not be readily available, forcing individuals to travel long distances for care or go without treatment altogether. The limitations imposed by insurance companies also affect access to clinical trials and experimental treatments. For many individuals with SMA, participating in clinical trials may offer hope for new treatments or cures. However, insurance coverage for clinical trials can be inconsistent, with some insurers refusing to cover the cost of participation. This leaves many families with difficult decisions, as clinical trials can be a critical opportunity for accessing cutting-edge therapies that could potentially slow or stop the progression of SMA. Despite these challenges, there are ways that individuals with SMA and their families can work with insurance companies to improve access to care. One strategy is to appeal denied claims. Insurance companies often deny coverage initially, but individuals can appeal the decision by providing additional documentation, medical records, and letters of support from healthcare providers. With persistence, some individuals are able to overturn insurance decisions and get the treatment or equipment they need. While the insurance landscape can be complex and frustrating, with the right resources, support, and persistence, individuals with SMA can work to secure the coverage they need.